So all of the devotees of the Krishna conscious movement are meant to become Brahmins. What does it mean to be a Brahmin? You have to study Bhagavad Gita. Samadama tapasocham shantirajavamevacha jnanam vijnanam astikyam brahmakarnama sabhavajam. You have to develop the qualities of Brahminical culture. You have to be equally disposed to all living entities. You have to be honest. You have to be sense-controlled. You have to be clean. You have to be religious, knowledgeable. You have to have all of these qualities. How will you develop these qualities? By chanting Hare Krishna. That is stated here, that the cult of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is introducing one point only, the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. Just like yesterday evening, we have introduced one point, the chanting of Hare Krishna mantra. Once someone starts to chant Hare Krishna, his heart will become cleared of all dust. The dust is there in the heart. How to get rid of the dust? You have to chant more and more and more. So our business as devotees of Krishna is to introduce this chanting of Hare Krishna mantra to every single home in Fiji. Every single person in Fiji should chant Hare Krishna somehow or other. That is our business. When we have done that, we will consider our movement a success. Therefore, we want to begin this Hare Krishna club. Now, I want to start this Hare Krishna club. Hare Krishna club means anyone who chants 108 times the names of Lord Krishna in a day, he becomes a member of the Hare Krishna club. How do you like this? So every time now we will sell our Japamala, and I will ask whoever wants to become a member of the Hare Krishna club, raise your hand. And the people will come up and we will give them Japamala. You see? This is how we'll do it. In this way we'll increase our club members. We'll have thousands of people. And we will organize this very nicely. We will print some cards, membership cards. This is to certify that so-and-so is a member in good standing of the Hare Krishna club because he is chanting every day 108 times the holy name of Lord Krishna. And then if in any certain area of the town there are X number of club members, then we will form a special clubhouse. You see? And then if there are a certain number of club members who are, say, chanting more, say 4 rounds, and following 2 principles, let us say, then we give them another category. And finally, if there's some initiated devotees, supposing in any one area there is 10 initiated devotees, then we form a center. This is the way it's supposed to be organized. This is all described by Bhaktivinoda Thakur. Bhaktivinoda Thakur had this program for Bengal. And he had a plan how to make all of Bengal Krishna conscious. And our movement now, under the head of Jayapataka Maharaj, our spiritual master for Bengal, he is organizing. In Bengal there are 18,000 villages. And all of them have Sankirtan Mandalis. All of them have this Kirtan groups. And now he is making them all have Kirtan of Hare Krishna. And now there are over, I heard already, hundreds and hundreds of them are coming there. And they're all doing this Kirtan. So we have to organize Fiji like this. And it is possible by the grace of a devotee. So it is very important to note that we are not interested to occupy any political post. We want to preach to the politicians. Now we have our temple in Suva. It is very important that we give a good impression to the politicians about our Krishna conscious movement. And for this purpose we will organize our Hare Krishna village. And we will invite the politicians to see. We will have our Hare Krishna orphanage. And they will see that our orphans are the most clean, most intelligent, and best looked after orphans in all of Fiji. We'll have our Hare Krishna school, and they will see that our school is the best students. In every way we have to show, just like our Hare Krishna suites now. They're the top suites in Fiji, correct? So everything that has the name Hare Krishna must be the best. Because Krishna is the best. Nothing second best. Just like this temple. Is there any temple like this in Fiji? No. And similarly, the devotees of Krishna must be the best. The Hare Krishna devotees must be the best devotees. That means that you cannot do what the other people are doing. If they're going to the cinema, you cannot go to the cinema. If they're eating onion and garlic, you cannot eat onion and garlic. Otherwise, they'll point out and say, just see, the Hare Krishna people are just like anybody else. They'll say that this is hypocritical. We must have our standard. Our standard is the top, first-class standard. Anyone who becomes a devotee of Krishna can come from the lowest position to the highest position. Krishna says in the Bhagavad Gita, 9th chapter, 32nd verse, that even Striya Vaishyas Tata Sudrash Tepiyanti Param Gatim. Param Gati means the highest goal. So Striya means the women. Vaishya and Sudra, the mercantile community. And Shudras, the working community, the Sudra community. All of them can come up to the highest position by the grace of a devotee. So you must become devotees. You must become powerful devotees. What does a powerful devotee mean? One who has complete faith in the instructions of his spiritual master. He becomes powerful. What is the power? The power is Krishna, Krishna's power. And who is that power given to? One who has complete faith in instructions of his spiritual master. Just like the father has a big business. Who does the father give the business over to? He gives the business over to those who are the faithful sons. Those who are not faithful sons, they don't inherit the business. They cannot be trusted. So in the same way, we have a business. What is that business? It is preaching. Now, who is going to get the power to preach? Those who have faith in the order of the spiritual master. They're going to get the power to preach. And this power to preach is given not only to men, it's given to women also. Prabhupada said that our movement is unique in Vedic culture because the women are doing equal amount of preaching as the men. So our ladies, they should also preach. Sometimes in Chicago once, one of the lady devotees said to Prabhupada that Srila Prabhupada, she was a Sankirtan lady. Srila Prabhupada, it says that the women should be very humble and very quiet. And yet if we're going to preach, we have to become very aggressive. So how to do that? If the women should become very humble and meek, on the same time if you want them to go out and preach, how can they do it? Then Prabhupada said, do you think that I'm humble? Do you think I came to this country, America, in a weak way, in a meek way? He said, I came as an aggressor. I came to destroy the whole Western culture and to put in the new culture of Krishna culture. He said, so every one of you, whether you're men or women, you should be aggressive. Just like when I was on the airplane coming into Houston, you see? So the plane landed and I was the first one up, just like here. Who was the first one out? I was the first one out. So in Houston, the stewardess, she saw me get out first. Even though I wasn't in the front of the plane, I still was the first one out. She said, you Hare Krishna people are very aggressive. I said, that's right, we're very aggressive because we're pushing the biggest product, the most important product, Krishna. We have the best product and we are going to be very aggressive. You see? We are going to be very aggressive. So devotees have to be like this. You should take pride to be very aggressive. Not that we're going to sit in our temple and wait for someone to fall into the temple. No one is going to fall in the temple. No one is going to come unless we go out of the temple and preach. So you should see how many hours a day you're preaching. This is what you should see, how successful you are. Everybody should look in each week and see how many hours in the week did I go out and preach. If I only went out 1 hour this week, let me try next week to go out 2 hours. There is time. Surely there is time. You can find the time. You can make the time. You can economize on your time. See, I make up a schedule very strictly every day so that I can get the most out of each day. And Prabhupada was very strict with his timing. Anybody who knows that will know. Prabhupada was very strict with his time because he didn't want to waste time. He thought that his time is meant for Krishna's service. Therefore, I cannot afford to waste even one moment. So we should be thinking, this week I went out 1 hour for preaching, next week let it be 2 hours. And you will find that Krishna will give you more and more opportunity. He will show you how to make time for preaching. Krishna will show you how to make time for preaching, and he'll make you more and more empowered. Everybody wonders why there are not so many devotees joining. Why do you think there are not devotees joining? You tell me, what do you think the reason is? Vaman Dev. That's right. That's the only reason. Just like at this village we went to yesterday. Now you saw some of those ladies who raised their hand and said they're chanting. If any of you ladies give your association regularly, they'll become devotees. If you give your association to them regularly, they'll become devotees. That's a sure thing. Similarly, there are some men in that village that are sincere. If you give your association regularly, they'll become. But everybody's thinking, oh, why should I do that? I have my nice family. I have my nice house. I cannot go out. Why should I go out and sit in the village? Why should I meet these people? They're not my family. If I thought like that, where would you be today? If I thought like that, why should I bother to come so far? These are not my family. If I thought like that, where would you be today? You would be still in Maya, still sitting in your shop, wasting time all day. But because we came here and pulled you out of the material world, now you're feeling some benefit of Krishna consciousness. Just like Vasudeva is always pushing everybody to go to Suva, to do some preaching, you see. But you think about it. If you were not Krishna conscious, would you be happy now? Supposing you stop being Krishna conscious and you go back to eating chicken every night. Supposing you stop chanting completely Hare Krishna, no more chanting, don't come to the temple, do you think your life would be very nice? Now when someone asks you to do more service, you feel a little disturbed. Why is he pushing me? But think of the other way. He's pushing you towards Krishna. What was the other direction? Eating chickens, no chanting, no devotees association, nothing at all like that. You consider, what was that like? Was it very nice? It wasn't nice at all. So, therefore, we are pushing you towards the conclusion of going towards Krishna. The more you go towards Krishna, the happier you're going to become. Try to understand this point. The more you go towards Krishna, the happier. You have to get yourself out of your house. You have to take, if you're too much attached to your family, take your family with you preaching. Then you'll think, oh, I cannot do this to my wife. My wife is so pure. How can I force her to come with me preaching, to preach amongst the low class of people? People are thinking like this. Everybody's got this idea in their mind. Oh, my children, why should I disturb them? All right, then, make a plan, leave your wife at home and go out and preach. Or the women can go out during the day. They have time to go out during the day. If you say, I have to take care of my children, take your children with you. What is human life for? Is human life simply for making a nice family? That is like the squirrel living in the tree, or the bird living in the nest. The bird is also thinking, oh, my life is for making a nice nest, for laying some eggs and sitting on the eggs. So is that what you want to be? Like a bird sitting on an egg? Sitting in your home all day, watching your child playing up and down, up and down. What is the fun? Is it such a big thing? Every bird is doing that. Every bird, every animal is doing that. That's all you're thinking about. Oh, now I have some children, now I must feed my child, now I will put my child to rest, now I will bathe my child, now I will dress my child. What kind of consciousness? Is this Krishna consciousness or baby consciousness? See, Mahalakshmi is smiling. Simply baby consciousness. This is not Krishna consciousness. Everybody has got these problems. One person is attached to the baby, another person is attached to the big house, another person is attached to the job, another person is attached to the wife, another person is attached to the hair. Everybody has got some attachments. You may laugh at one person, but you also have your weaknesses. You see? So why don't we get over this business of attachment? Why don't we learn to become attached to Krishna? Now you know how you'll do it? By going out and preaching. I tell you this again and again. There's no more fun than preaching. What is more fun than to see someone become a devotee of Krishna? There's nothing more pleasing. Just like when we have our initiation and then people are sitting there ready for getting their new names. Isn't it the nicest time? It is the nicest time. Everybody is so excited that we are welcoming a new member to the family. Just like when there's a birth in the family, everybody gets very excited, correct? But there's a more excitement when someone becomes a devotee, initiated, because it's completely pure. It's completely pure. So we have to come beyond this idea of family consciousness, body consciousness, community consciousness. Somebody's saying, I'm a Gujarati community member, so the Gujaratis are the best. And the South Indians say, oh, the South Indian community is the best. It's all body consciousness. I like the Gujarati people. I like the South Indian people. I like the Fijian people. Everybody's on this level. This is not Krishna conscious. Krishna conscious means that I am the servant of Krishna. Bas. That's my only identity. I'm simply the servant of the servant of the servant of Krishna. Nothing else. And everyone is my relation. Now if you think like this, you can become a good preacher. And you'll do good to others, you'll do good to yourself. So please take up Krishna consciousness. Make Fiji Krishna conscious. That is my request again and again to you. Please make all of Fiji Krishna conscious. Make this your one business.